Hello YouTubers, I'm Sir Libel1. It's time for another rant video. This one is on modern day kids. As you guys know, I'm 17 years old. Despite that, I can't stand a vast majority of people of my age group and people younger than my age group. Youth nowadays are filled with nothing but disrespect, immaturity, and ignorance. First, let me speak about how disrespectful they are. Back then, kids used to be more respectful. They respected their peers and elders and themselves. And plus, they had a good attitude. Nowadays, you just don't see that anymore. Today, kids are nothing but disrespectful, and yet they demand respect back. How can you receive respect and yet you don't give it back? Okay, respect is not handed on a silver platter. It is earned by giving respect to others, including yourself. Another thing is that kids are foul-mouthed. Back when I was a child, if children swore, 1, they either get spanked, 2, or they get punished. Now, you don't have that anymore. Kids be swearing in front of adults, and they even swear in front of their parents. And even if the kid swears in front of his or her parents, the parents don't do a damn thing about it, and that's just wrong. How can you not discipline your child for saying such words that are not suitable for his or her mouth? What if he or she goes into school and starts cussing in front of the teacher, or even worse, at the teacher? Because if a kid cusses near a teacher or at the teacher, that kid can easily be suspended. And you are going to be the one held responsible because you didn't teach your child that swearing is wrong and he shouldn't swear until he's old enough to. Also, kids are spoiled as hell. They're always whining and crying to get something. For example, a boy cries that he wants his mom to fix him some chicken nuggets for dinner, but the mom says no. Then the boy cries even more and he throws a tantrum, and goes around the house running a rampage. Here's what the mom does to keep her child from throwing a tantrum. The mom appeases and decides to cook the nuggets for him when she should have showed the kid some discipline and made him eat what she was planning to fix him. I mean, parents, you need to do better with your kids. Okay, stop spoiling them. Now let me get to the older kids, which are the teenagers. Teenagers are even worse than kids that are younger than them. First of all, teens should be setting a good example for younger kids, but they don't. And that's the reason why most young kids do the wrong things. Most of these teens act all thuggish and tough. Also, they have a horrible attitude. Whenever you speak to a teenager, he or she has a funky attitude. For example, if I say hi or good afternoon to them, they're always like, "Leave me alone!" Or whenever you teach them a life lesson or something that's good but yet they don't want to hear it, they always walk away and smack their lips. And they're always talking back to everyone. Now let me talk about the ones that bully others. I can't stand it when innocent students in high school get bullied by someone that's nothing but an ignorant bigot. Back when I was a freshman, my English teacher told my class a true story about one of his students he had way back. The student was a freshman and he was walking down the hall one day. He was holding a novel that he was reading for his English class. And there was this guy who was a sophomore that went up to him and said that he read that book before. Then the sophomore guy snatched his book, went to a nearby bathroom, and threw the book down the toilet. The freshman boy found the book inside the toilet, and the book was not in good condition to read anymore. And guess what happened? The freshman guy had to pay like $10 or $20 in order to replace the book. That's a shame. And yet it wasn't his fault. And there are bullies who try to start fights with other people over the littlest things, and in some cases over nothing. But there's always a time when a bully picks on someone smaller than them, and the small guy ends up kicking the bully's ass, or the bully runs for his life. I mean, that just shows how cowardly bullies are. And another thing is I can't see any immaturity and ignorance from teenagers either. Whenever there's a trend, every teenager follows that trend. Now, I have no problem with teens following trends. If you follow trends, that's you. That's your life. But I can't stand it when people pick on the people who doesn't follow the trend. Like, why is it that in high school people never accept people for who they are? They always have to attempt to change them. Why can't you worry about yourself and let others worry about themselves? Okay, I'm sick and tired of immature teens trying to change people and make them into something that they don't want to be. Whenever there is someone who is innocent, shy, and does what he or she is supposed to do in school, such as get good grades and stay quiet in class, there's always someone laughing and picking on them, or just because a student isn't like the others. In which the other students do nothing but disrespect the class and get low grades anyway. And it's a good thing that the student isn't like the other students, because if he or she was, he or she would be failing and getting fussed at like you guys. Speaking of me, I'm known to be a quiet and shy person too. Yet I do all my work and earn good grades in all my classes. Yeah, I get laughed at and bashed on for it at times. But most of the time, those same kids that pick on other people for being different from them are the ones that are going to suffer in the future. They're going to end up not passing high school, getting GEDs, or they could end up homeless or in jail. While the kids that do what they are supposed to do will pass high school, go to college, and earn their degrees and have a good life. I also cannot stand it when people are in everyone else's business. They want to know everything about you and everyone else. Here's something that really pisses me off. Whenever someone says the slightest thing about anything, such as something about them loving someone or having a crush or anything else, there's an immature bastard that goes spreading rumors about it, and they twist it into entirely something else, and then the whole school is laughing at the person who got eavesdropped on. Seriously, teens, you really need to start growing up and realizing that people will come to your school with different views of things and various disabilities, disorders, and their ways of doing things. Okay, I can't stand it with these teenagers. This is the reason why this generation is looked down on, because it's because you youths who are just immature and ignorant and very, very rude and disrespectful. Okay? Just fix yourselves. So bullies, popular kids, and those people who eavesdrop on other people, take time to think about the stuff you're doing. Because if you don't stop the stuff that you're doing, it will come back and bite you in the butt, because what goes around comes around. I'm Sir Libel 1, signing off. Have a nice day.